Sorry to interrupt, but this is a good point to mention. Today's video is going to be about the 5 E2 Enduro gloves. These ones right here. So let's roll into it.
Twice.
Now, for some reason or another, I seem to enjoy crash testing my equipment, whether that be on the road or off-road. Now, these gloves have held up extremely well throughout the multiple crashes I've had off-road. And yes, off-road crashes aren't as bad as on-road crashes, but these have a special ability compared to other enduro and motocross gloves. These are CE certified. So I'm going to mix up the video a little bit and talk about my conclusions now instead of having them at the end, so you can see exactly what you're getting into. So like I said, these are made by Five, and if you don't know who Five are, they're exclusive manufacturer of gloves. And as you'd expect, if they make one thing, they must be good at it, and they really are. Each glove is tailored exactly to what their consumer needs, and these are no exception. The E2 Enduro gloves are co-designed with 9-time world enduro champion Steve Holcomb. If you don't know who that is, I'd highly recommend going to watch some of his videos on Instagram or YouTube, because he is an absolute wizard on a dirt bike. I have nowhere close to skill he does, but I still really enjoy rocking these, whether that being because they feel like I've got nothing on my hand with some insane protection. We'll go into more of the protection stuff later on in the video in the specifications, but they have protection all over and extremely lightweight and aerated, so you get a lot of airflow throughout your hands when you're riding. So one of the main things I want to talk about is comfort, because to me that's one of the more important things when choosing a glove, especially for enduro or motocross, because it really comes down to handlebar feel and control feel. These are extremely good. They are some of the most or the most comfortable gloves I have ever worn, regardless if they are motocross gloves that are basically just a tiny bit of fabric or full-on road gloves. These feel incredible on the hand, partially or mainly because they are a glove manufacturer. They know exactly what they're doing. Most gloves will have a little bit of space above my pinky, but these seem to be perfectly fine for me, and they don't have any extra spacing. And I've noticed that with a lot of other people in the office as well, that these fit extremely well for everybody's hands. I'm a large, and these are also a large, and they fit perfect to my hand. I'd highly recommend going to try them on if you can. And just everything about them to me works well. Everything like flows really well. I don't know if that actually makes sense, but when you put them on, you'll see what I mean. Everything goes on smooth. They even have a little label here that says pull to put on. Pull and ride, I think it says. Yeah, pull and ride. And without even noticing that's exactly where you pull, they've thought about that and they've reinforced it, and they show you where to pull. It's got a little bit of grip on there with some silicone, so if you're wearing gloves or your hand is slippery, it actually gives you that extra grip to pull on the gloves. There's a Velcro strap there as well to get you nice and secure in there. The palm, extremely good, and can definitely feel every little bump and thing in the road, which is what you want, especially when you're riding off-road. So that was a bit rambly, but I think you get the point of how much I adore these gloves, and I cannot recommend them enough for anybody that does enduro, whether that's being casual riding or competitive riding, because it can suit every person's needs. Being such a lightweight and protective glove, it checks every single box for enduro and more. Now, these are slightly more expensive than your average enduro and motocross glove, coming in at $69.99, but for what it's worth, these are extremely good for the price. Now I'm going to go more into the technical specifications now, so you can see what it goes into these gloves and all the thoughts they have thought about when they built them. That didn't really make sense, but let's get into it. Please excuse the mispronunciation that I'm about to hit, because I have no idea what these words actually mean, but I just want to give you all the information I possibly can about the gloves. So starting off with the palm, which is not undoubtedly one of the most important things. This is a AX suede Novu buck and hypothenar, as well as some synthetic leather, meaning that it is extremely good and very abrasion resistant for when you're on the road, as well as when you're on the off-road with lots of rocks around. The palm isn't the only protective thing on this glove. There is a few other things dotted around that make this so well tailored for enduro. Starting off again at the palm, there is a 2mm foam reinforcement where your skateboard slider would normally be on a road glove, as well as having a 3mm reinforcement of rubber on the thumb. If we have a look at the back here, they've got a split knuckle design with Ergo Protect that uses TPR, which is thermoregulated plastic. So moving further up from the Ergo Protect knuckles, we've also got some mini TPR shells across all 4 fingers up front, and then we've also got some 3mm reinforced rubber and foam pads on your ring and pinky finger. That pretty much sums up most of the protection pieces they've got around the glove. There is also a Five logo made out of that same TPR, which is a good addition to have if a branch is smacking you in the back of the hand. And on the rest of the glove, there is also these small little touches they've added that make it so well tailored for enduro. Those being the topographical little silicone prints they've got on the fingers to give you that extra little grip. If you do notice there is a piece missing on top of the index finger, that is so you're able to use a touchscreen device such as your phone or a GPS without having to take off your gloves. On the left hand side, there is also a CVP wipe on the index finger. That is so you're able to wipe off your visor or your goggles without scratching anything. Overall, such a great glove for enduro. I will continue to wear these and I don't think I will switch gloves at all. Let us know what you think in the comments below. There is a few other colors. Let us know what your favorite is. I'd highly recommend coming into store to try them out. Yeah, let us know what you think in the comments below. Like the video, subscribe, ride safe, and we'll see you all soon.